Hi there, and thank you very much for inviting me to come and speak today. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Erin and the WHA for inviting me along, and thank you for coming and spending this time with me. My name is Adam Chatterley, and today we're talking about how to say hello to more clients and more money. Now, I'm not big into large introductions and things like that. I'd rather spend the time here with you today showing you how to get more money and more clients in your business. But just for some context so that you know who I am and why on earth you should possibly listen to me, here's just a really quick introduction. So this is what we're talking about today. Hello to more clients and more money. A little bit about me. My name is Adam Chatterley. Like I said, I've been a business consultant and coach to the beauty and spa and wellness industry now for over 20 years. Originally as a consultant, now very much on the coaching side, and I founded a business called Beauty Business Secrets, which is a coaching business where we provide lots of courses and information and training to help beauty and wellness business owners to grow and to earn more money. Essentially, I say we do the boring kind of businessy foundational stuff, which is the thing that's really going to make you the money and help grow your business. I'm also the host of the Beauty Business Podcast, which is an Apple iTunes #1 rated podcast. We've got over 750,000 downloads now, which definitely puts us in the top 10 of podcasts globally, which I'm super proud of. We've been doing that for 4 years. And like I said, I've got 20 years of experience working in multiple countries around the world. And I'm also the chair of the UK Spa Association for now the second term running. So I hope that just gives you some kind of idea that maybe I've got a couple of things that might help you along the way here. So, like I said, I want to show you how to get more clients and more money easily so that you're making more money more quickly in your business. Now, in our experience, there are 3 things that hold back independent wellness business owners. And I'm going to explain exactly what those things are right now and what you can do about them as well. So, when you're starting out in your business journey, you've probably heard the stats, something like 84% of businesses in the wellness industry fail within their first 3 years. Now, that's almost 9 out of 10, which really kind of sucks as far as I'm concerned. But even if you buck that trend and you're doing quite well, it's still quite a bit of a struggle. And if you think about it, the kind of standard business journey that people go on, if this is, for example, this is money and this is time. You can do that. Then the kind of the journey that you go on typically is, you struggle for a bit and then you start to get some momentum and then it kind of takes off like that. This is the standard growth progression for pretty much all businesses. Now, the thing is, there comes a point around about, say it's about here, okay? And we call this takeoff. Okay, it's where you've done the struggle, you've done this struggly bit here for ages. You've kind of made it through, and now something clicks, you get traction, you've got the clients, you start making the money, you can reinvest, and things start to really take off. Now, this point is going to be different for everyone. We tend to find, and it is going to be different for everyone, but we tend to find this is around the 8K a month mark for a small independent business, okay, in this world. It's going to be different depending on your industry and all sorts of things, but we tend to find, on average, it's around about there, okay? Now, incidentally, this is why the vast majority of business coaches and consultants like to work with the businesses who are in this bit here, because they've already hit the takeoff point. They've already proven that the business makes money and they're making money so they can afford to pay them. So that's it kind of, I'm not going to say it makes their life easier, but it means they've proven the business and now they can just help them take it further. Thing is, we've got really good at helping businesses in this bit here get to that point. Okay, so to get from starting up or struggling to that takeoff point, so that then you can go and do kind of whatever you want and employ the people and bring in the teams to really kind of help that take off. And the reason 8K kind of seems to be where this kicks in is, if you think about it, 8K a month is where you start to be earning 100 grand a year. And I think for anyone, that is a huge amount of money, no matter which way you look at it. But obviously everyone's coming from different backgrounds. Potentially you've come from a different career to set up your business or something like that. So that amount of money is going to vary depending on your background and everything like that. But there's no denying 100 grand a year is a really good amount of money. And that is where we think things start to really kick in. So like I said, we've got really good at taking people to that point. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, I want to share with you the problems, the things that hold people back. Now, the first one, so let's say if our goal here, let me just check you can see this, okay? Yeah, you can. So let me just highlight these bits because they're a bit faint on here as far as I can see. So there we go. So let's say our kind of target, our goal, like I said, is 8K a month. As an example, it might be different for you, might be less than that, might be more than that, but as an example, that's where we're kind of looking. So the things that tend to hold businesses back, right at the bottom of this triangle, we've got what I call the foundation. And the foundation of all of this is uncertain delivery. Okay, that seems like an unusual term. But uncertain delivery, when you're a new business owner, means a couple of things. First of all, it means that maybe you've got slight doubts. Maybe you're not 100% sure that what you're offering is absolutely going to get the result for people that you want it to get. Now, there's no two ways about it. Halotherapy is both a very old industry. You know, Erin has explained to me that the roots of it goes back hundreds of years, but it's also a very new business to a lot of people. And, you know, if you're not confident, if you don't have absolute rock solid confidence that it's going to deliver the result for your client, that is going to hold you back. That's going to create that, even if it's a hint, a seed of uncertainty in you, that's going to come through in your marketing, the conversations you have. It's going to affect how well you're able to both sell and provide that solution too. And that also makes you doubt yourself. It makes you doubt your business model. And when that's the case, that's going to create stress for you, which is going to have that kind of compound effect on your confidence levels. And it also affects your marketing as well. And if your marketing is affected and that confidence is missing from there, it's going to mean your marketing doesn't work as effectively, which is going to lead to you having not as many clients and therefore more stress. And it just kind of spirals all around. Okay. And the second big problem that we see is, well, it's initially people tend to think of it as a lack of clients. Okay. Which kind of makes sense. If you've not got enough clients paying you the money, then that is going to hold you back. However, when you're a small business, it's not actually necessarily the lack of clients that's the problem. It's the lack of leads. Because obviously a lead is what a client is before they become a client. We all kind of know instinctively. But when you're the small business owner and you're doing everything in the business, which I tend to find is a lot of kind of startups in the wellness and in the beauty world, you're doing everything. So it's not just about getting the clients. You want to have a marketing system in place which is constantly bringing you the leads, and then a simple solution in place that converts those leads into clients. And that brings us to the third point, which is uncomfortable sales. Okay. Now, when you're small, when you're new, you're often selling you, or you're selling your idea, especially in this industry now, because it's, like I said, it's new, but it's old, but it's new. So you're often selling you. You're selling your idea. You're selling your thoughts and feelings about helping people. Now, I don't care if you're from a big corporate sales background or whatever. The notion of selling you over selling some product that you've kind of in some ways been told to sell, it's a very different proposition. Yeah. So you're going to find yourself explaining a lot about halotherapy and how it works and all this kind of thing. And you're going to have a lot of conversations therefore. But if you're all about the educating people and telling people how it works, not all of those conversations then lead to clients. So you end up finding yourself in this position where you're just kind of the friendly teacher who's kind of explaining how this works to people, and you end up with conversations going, that's really interesting, but you don't end up with clients. So what you need instead is you need a simple process that is slightly scripted, gives people what they want, gives them the information they want, but is constantly moving them down that path towards being a client. So that you can still be the knowledgeable teacher, but the knowledge that you're giving them is in such a way that it's actually encouraging them to want to be a client. Because I think when a lot of people start out doing this, they think there's like two options. There's either, number one, become a complete sales douche and lose your soul and lose all your friends and be like only about the selling and nothing else. Or number two, like I said, being that kind of helpful teacher who everyone likes and everyone loves and loves hearing more information about halotherapy and its benefits from, but they make no money. But the good news is there is an option three, and that's something I'm going to be showing you how to do in a second. So those there are the three big problems, okay? Uncertain delivery at the bottom, which is kind of the foundation of everything. A lack of leads coming in all the time that you can then very easily turn into clients for your business. And to do that, that sales process, that comfortable, easy, effortless sales process that you need to actually turn those leads, those prospects into clients very, very easily. So how about we fix these? That be okay with you? Cool. So instead of uncertain delivery, what would be amazing in your business to have is, quite simply, delivery confidence. Okay? So to have that confidence that your offering is going to get your client the result that they want and that you want to give them, but also confidence that what you offer is going to get you what you want and where you want to get to, i.e., to that takeoff point in your business. And because I'm a business coach, it's going to start with the money, because whilst money is not the key to everything, we all know this, the money is the key often to creating that business and achieving your goal, your dream, whatever that is, even if it is bringing halotherapy to the masses and making sure that everyone is experiencing this. You cannot do that without the money, and that's what I want to help you with. So if you've got that confidence, okay, confidence that it's going to help them and confidence that it's going to help you, then immediately that uncertain delivery issue goes away. Okay, so the next thing is what we call consistent leads. Okay, so consistent leads, a constant, ongoing flow of leads, interested people that you've targeted, that you know will benefit from what you offer, that are constantly just slightly telling you that they're interested in what you do, so that you can then have that conversation with them in a structured way, take them through that process and help them become a client with you. Okay. Now, a mantra that we have inside of my membership program, BBS Pro, is that you should be getting leads every day, clients every week. Okay. And I don't care what stage of your business you're at, whether you're just starting out or whether you're running 50 halotherapy centers, that's going to be a good thing. Leads every day, clients every week. So we need a way that's going to bring you great, qualified, interested prospects and leads every single day. One that doesn't involve you doing things like buying ads at this stage, buying lists and doing direct marketing and randomly messaging complete strangers, or, like I said, spending a load of money on ads or complicated tech or agencies or stuff like that, because you don't need to, for a start. You want to spend as much of the money getting the clients and keeping as much of that money as possible so you can get to that kind of takeoff stage. Now, wouldn't it be good if all you actually needed to do this was your phone? Because you can. I'll show you in a second. And then the final piece of this puzzle, what you really want, is a really simple, effortless sales process. Okay, one that doesn't feel awkward, one that doesn't feel douchey, one that feels very comfortable, one that fits with your personality, one that allows you to help people understand why it's going to help them and how it's going to help them, but that's moving them very quickly through like 3 to 5 steps so that the outcome is that they become a client. Okay, so with this simple framework in place, so these 3 problems and these 3 solutions, let me show you the steps. And is this making sense? Is this making sense? Just in the comments for me. Just put in the comments if this is actually making sense. I'd love to know. So with that framework in mind, there are then some simple steps that you can take to actually move from that red level of, in this case, uncertain delivery, to having complete delivery confidence. Okay? So let's go through those now. So first up, in the delivery confidence section, which like I say is the foundation, the first thing we want to do is get 100% clear on your who and your what. Okay? So your who and your what. Who you're actually looking for, who exactly you're looking for, what exactly is you're going to do for them, or what it is that is their problem. Okay? Because people are going to come to you. In fact, people come to any business, people buy anything. If you think about this, this fits with anything that you buy. People are going to come to you for one of two reasons. Okay? They've either got something that they don't want, okay? And if we're talking halotherapy, this could be they've got breathing problems and they don't want them and they want to get rid of them. Or people want something that they don't have. So they want to be able to breathe more easily, but at the moment they can't. Okay? So you've got something that you don't want, or you want something that you don't have. Put this in another way. You've got weight and you want to lose it if you're a weight loss expert, or you want better skin and you don't have it if you're a skincare expert. And this goes for everything, even consumer items like a TV. You want a better TV, but you don't have one. Okay, that's what happens. So people are going to come to you to solve a problem, one of those two things. So if you get clear on this, and then you use this in your marketing and in how you speak to people and basically everything you do, you're going to be off to a flying start straight away. Now, the second piece of this puzzle here is what we call offer and price. Okay. Now, offer and price kind of builds again on your who and your what. So based on your who and your what, if you get really, really clear on exactly what your offer is, so you know who you're trying to help specifically, and you know what you're actually trying to help them with, but that's only part of the puzzle. You need to actually create that offer, the package, the thing that you're going to deliver to them and everything that's involved in that. And not only has that got to help them with their problem, but it's got to be one that you can deliver in the right amount of scale to be able to not lump a load of stress onto you, not stress you out, but get you the money and get you to where you want to be. But because we know the value now, we've figured out who they are and what we're going to solve for them. We know the value to them. We know exactly what we can charge, and we can start to use things like premium pricing. And then the final bit of this puzzle is your signature solution, or MVP if you're brand new. So minimum viable product. How can we get this thing out there as quickly as possible to your who's and your what's, talking about your price and your offer, to get people in as quickly as possible to A, prove that this works, so prove that all your hypotheses and your thinking and your research and everything actually works, and so you've got that money coming in. Because there's nothing like money coming in, people buying the thing that you've put out there at the offer and at the price that you've talked about, to help reinforce that confidence that you've already got in place. Does that make sense? So if you kind of think about this, if you understand my concept of kind of the uncertain delivery and wanting to move to delivery confidence, if you are absolutely certain about your who and your what, and you know your offer and your price based on them, and you've got your signature solution, the actual thing that you're going to be giving to them in place, don't you think if you had all those, that would give you massive levels of confidence in what you're actually offering? And the idea here is we're starting over here and we're gradually working our way around this process. So the next bit then, once we've got all that kind of dialed in, the next bit we want to do is we want to gain ourselves these consistent leads. But how do you do that? There's a million different ways of doing this now. Everyone will tell you, start a YouTube channel, post a million times on Instagram, start blogging, start a podcast, all these different ways that you get people's attention. And that's great. And what I don't want you to do, especially when you're new, is fall into this trap of trying to do what the A players are doing. It's tempting because you sort of see people you admire and you follow doing something and you think, well, I should be doing that as well because it's working for them. the fact is, they're at a different level of business to you from where you are. Okay? You need to be staying in your own lane. You need to be focusing on what you need to do at the level of business that you are at. Okay, so you don't need all this fancy stuff. You don't need a team. You don't have a team of social media people in place. So you just need a really simple process that you can work and run on your own on a daily basis to bring in those consistent leads and then start to convert them. So the way we do this is we teach people to connect. Okay, we connect every day with 30 people. We call it Connect 30. Okay, not Connect 4, the old kids game. Connect 30. We connect with 30 people a day. All right, and we have a process to do this, a simple process that we use every day, because you don't need sales funnels and complex ads and things like that. Frankly, all you need to do is use local Facebook groups, okay, because they're in your area, that people can come to you. These local community Facebook groups, and they could be for a sports center or a tennis club or just a community group or all sorts, but they have the people who live in your area in them, okay? And yes, people might be willing to travel a bit further to come for halotherapy services, but you'll know roughly where people are going to come from. And I guarantee you, start local, use those groups, they'll have the people in that you want to help. All you need to do is pick them out of the groups, and you can do this now because you've done that foundational work at the bottom of understanding your who and your what. So you can use those two bits of information to actually help you go through these groups and find people that are most likely to be your ideal client. And then you just connect with them and we'll take that process from there. And we've even found a piece of software that can do this for you. It's not our software, it's one that's commercially available, but what it can do, you can feed it information and it can go through those local groups and find people who are likely, who match your kind of your who and your what criteria, so therefore likely to be your ideal client. And then it will do the connecting for you, like I said, 30 people a day, and takes you no time at all, okay? So you can either do it manually, which will take you between 30, 40 minutes a day to connect with 30 really good prospects, or you can have the software do it for you, which is really cool. And then the next thing that we do here is we pique people's interest, okay? We pique people's interest. What do I mean by that? Well, what we've done here is you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to come across all salesy and promotional. So instead what you want to do is you just want to put some posts out there that are designed to just see, test the water, tickle people a little, to see who's potentially slightly interested in finding out a bit more about what you say. And what we've done here is we've created a really simple formula to create 15 posts really quickly, 2 of which you post every week on your Facebook page, Facebook profile, into groups if you can. And it's just designed to give a little bit of information and then a really small step so that people can then indicate that they're a little bit interested in what you do. And that brings us to the third point here, is where people raise hands. Okay? Because when it comes to things like social media these days, we're also kind of bombarded with things. So when you see a social media post and it says, hey, for more information, click on this link, or go download this guide, or do this thing over here, anything that seems like a big step is going to put people off, is going to reduce the number of potentially interested people that are going to take action. So instead, what we do is we show you how to take the smallest step possible, or to ask your potential person to take the smallest step possible. And the way we do that is we say, just leave us a particular comment in the comments. Okay, so they're on Facebook or they're on Instagram or whatever. They see your post, they go, that's kind of interesting. And they make one very small step. Okay, it could even be to like the post. So just like the post, comment the word more in the post. Tiny bit of effort, takes hardly any effort. They can do it while they're on the phone and move on. But that tells you that they're a little bit interested, tiny weeny bit interested in finding out more about what you do. Then you pick it up from there and take it to the next stage. That next stage being this section over here of the effortless sales process. Now, the effortless sales process, basically, if you think what we've done now, we have this delivery confidence piece locked in down here. We know our who and our what, our offer and our price and our solution. And then we're connecting with people every day, and we're moving further around, we're then getting their interest peaked, and they're doing a very small step to say we're slightly interested. That's what takes us over to this next bit here. That's a terrible arrow. This next bit here, where we create this effortless sales process, this effortless conversation that we can have with people. And it all starts off, especially because we're doing most of the things in social media, with a simple chat script, okay? So since we're already in social media, the way we're using this, you can either in those comments, if that's how you decided to do it, you can either in those comments start a conversation with them. Very natural, very easy. We're not talking about sales here. We're just having a conversation and asking some specific questions from a script with about 3 to 5 different questions that are really going to easily help you give them some information that they want, but tell you if they are likely to be a client, okay? So they've given you this invitation to say, hey, I'm a little bit interested. So you don't feel salesy, you don't feel like that anymore because you're just having that conversation. And the script is quick, it's easy, and it should be effortless for you to put in place. Now, most people become clients of the businesses that I work with at this point, because at that point, you can give them the information you want, and then you can simply get them booked in. That's the whole point of the chat script. However, if you're selling kind of a higher priced offering, maybe you're selling a big program or a big course, or maybe you're even selling equipment, because obviously a lot of you are going to be providing equipment. Maybe you're selling that. It's quite high priced. That's unlikely to happen in just a 2 or 3 point conversation over Messenger. It's possible, but what then happens is we bring into place something that we call the right client fit call. Okay, so this is like a continuation of that little couple of chat conversation. Basically, you get people onto the phone because it's easy for you to move them through that process. So you get people onto the phone, or you get people into a little voice conversation over WhatsApp or Messenger or whatever you want to use. And again, it's slightly scripted, and you take them through this very simple process to find out more about their problem. You do what we call widening the gap. So whatever their problem is, a very simple sales technique called amplification and widening the gap. And then you present your solution to them. Again, it's scripted, it's very easy, it's about 10 minutes, but this will help you take someone who you know is interested and that you've had that chat conversation with, right through to the point where you'll know if they're a good fit for you to work with or to supply your equipment to, or whatever it is that you do. And then you can just do the final step, which is what we call invite. Okay, so you're not selling them anymore, you're simply inviting them in. But because you've done this work all the way through, you have made sure that they're the right person, and you have connected with them, piqued their interest. They've told you that they're a little bit interested. At each of these points, they're just reinforcing that they're the right person for you based on your who and your what. And essentially, that's it. That's the process that you should follow if you're new or starting out to get to that takeoff point that we talked about, okay? So if you've done this, if you've done it right, you're taking your client or your lead on this journey, and now they're confident that you can help them. You're confident that you can get them the result that they want. You get happy clients. They get the result that they want. You get through this first stage of business up to takeoff, and you get more money more quickly, and you start on your journey more confidently. You get to there easily. Okay? So this is how we do it. This is how we've done it with now hundreds of beauty business owners, with skin clinics, with wellness businesses. And it's how I highly recommend that you do this. So you can take my advice here, and this is how I believe that you should start putting this into place in your business if you want to get there more easily and without as much stress. Now, I'm going to be starting a group next week with a small group of business owners to put this exact process in place and get them generating more money with more clients and a goal of, like I said, 8K a month within 90 days. Quite a bold move, but that's what we're aiming to do. Now, I'd like to invite you to join me and the other business owners if this feels right. If this feels like where you are and something that's going to help you, I'd love you to come and join us. Now, what's more, because you've joined me here today and because you've taken the time to come to this event for the WHA, I'm going to give you 20% off the usual investment as an incentive. Plus, I'm going to make a donation to the WHA for every person that joins. But here's the catch. I like action takers, okay? This whole process works only if you take action. So I'm going to give you an incentive. you've got 48 hours to take me up on this offer. Okay, now all the information you need I'll give you in a second, and all you need to do is use the code WHA101. Okay, I think I've got a slide for this. Hold on, I have, yes. So you're going to get more clients in 90 days. Goal is 8K a month, 20% off the normal investment. I'll make a contribution to the WHA. All you need to do is go to beautybusinesssecrets.co/WHA, and the promo code that you need to use is all the information on there that you need about the program and exactly what we're going to do. But the promo code you need to use is WHA101. That will get you 20% off, and it will trigger the investment that I will make to WHA. Okay, so that's exactly what I've got to bring to you today. I hope that's been useful to you. If you want to come and hang out with me, like I said, on social, you can come and find me. I'm at Beauty Business Secrets pretty much everywhere. I've got the podcast. We've got 140 episodes now, all business advice, 100% 5-star reviews everywhere. So come and check that out. That's called the Beauty Business Podcast. And if you want to come and join my free Facebook group, that's there. It's called Beauty Business Hackers, and that is on Facebook. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, I hope that information has been useful. Please, please, please go away and use that, even if you don't come and join us inside the program. Now, I'm going to be hanging out in the networking area for a bit after this call. So if you've got any questions at all about anything I've said here today, or generally anything that I can help with, come and hang out with me. Come and find me in the networking area, and I'd love to chat with you. Thank you very much. Thank you to Erin for inviting me. Bye for now. Have a great rest of the event.